I knew I was in for something great when I saw the cover of this album in my email. Oh look, the Pokémon 25 music album is out. Ah! This looks hideous. The type in particular is awful. It's pretty bland, and it's set in a way that looks both crowded and too loose at the same time. To be fair, this doesn't seem to be the real cover of the album. It's like the promotional cover, I guess. It's both in the newsletter and in the official website, but the one their store shows on actual products and the one that shows up on YouTube Music is this one, which is so much better. The title typeface in the corner still looks pretty bad to me, but at least the neon logo gets to be front and center as it should be. Pokémon has the brand recognition to not need anything else. And then I listened to the music and, oh boy. Let me be upfront about this. I do not listen to most modern pop music. Katy Perry and Post Malone are the only artists on here I'd even heard of before. Post is the only one that I listen to on purpose, and that's one song from the Spider-Verse soundtrack. I admit I did not have very high expectations for this album, so it's possible I went in with some prejudices, but I promise that I tried to listen with an open mind. I also want to be clear that I'm a complete layperson when it comes to music. I love listening to music, but I don't have a good understanding of what makes music good or even what makes me like it. If you haven't listened to the album, you might want to give it a chance. I'm not going to pretend like this is an objective account of how good it is. Not that that would be possible, but still. I'll go through my impressions of each song just very briefly, and then at the end, I'll tell you my general impressions. The album opens with Electric by Katy Perry.
I know you feel it. If you believe it, then you can. There's a reason that this life can be electric.
It's a very Katy Perry song as far as I can tell. It's not overtly about Pokemon, but the lyrics do have some themes and even some specific lines that are very Pokemon. Like about wanting to be the best, following your dreams, seeing the world. It's not a song that I would choose to listen to, but it's alright. But then it's followed by Phases by Jax Jones and Sinead Harnett.
I've been going through phases with you, dazed and confused.
And Take It Home by Mabel.
Baby, come now, pick it up, if you wanna take it up. Baby, come now, what you la, if you wanna take it up.
And with those, I just can't see any significant relationship to Pokemon at all. Phases references tall grass once. Take It Home uses the word champion. I guess those are Pokemon references, but they're so minor, and everything more that I can think of feels like a stretch, so I really can't give them much credit. They're also really boring and bland pop songs, and the next one, Believing by Lil Yachty, isn't much better.
Don't stop believing, long as you breathing, don't stop believing. Long as you breathing, don't stop believing. Long as you breathing, don't stop believing. Long as you breathing, don't stop.
I'll grant that it at least has some vague Pokemon-ish themes, like about traveling and following your dreams, and it does actually reference some Pokemon by name, but it feels really forced.
Light up the city like Pikachu. I feel the fire when I'm with you. And that's that Charmander with you. Charmeleon and Charizard too. So cute like Jigglypuff. You smell.
It just feels like name dropping, and it doesn't even work as well as what J Balvin did in Ten Cuidado.
Volando como piloto, a mis enemigos los derroto, como Mew por el aire yo floto, por el aire yo floto. Nadie me tumba y muge, en la batalla soy más que tú, solo reales dentro del crew, con más energía que Pikachu.
I will point out, mi español no es bueno, hace años que no hablo más que 5 palabras de español. But I do listen to music from Mexico, like Santana and Jenny and the Mexicats, or from Argentina, like Soda Stereo and Divididos, so I think I have a decent ear for Spanish and music. And Ten Cuidado sounds like decent rap in Spanish. There's a good number of references to Pokemon, and they flow pretty well, until the post-chorus comes on.
Con avisar ten cuidado Pokémon.
I already don't look forward to editing that clip in because Arceus, it's so grating. The second half of the album is a little better. Track number 6 is Wonderful by Sin, and I do find it pretty pleasant to listen to.
Oh, isn't it wonderful? Hand out the window, let the wind blow. Take it in slow. Oh, isn't it wonderful?
The lyrics, once again, have only vague Pokemon themes. The more direct references, like to fishing and traveling and hatching eggs, feel almost coincidental. But it's a nice, positive song about the wonders of the world. I won't skip it when it comes on my shuffle, which is more than I can say about any of the previous songs on the album. Got 'Em by Vince Staples is another okay track.
Watch for the snakes, watch for the rats in the grass. Rat-a-tat, our box, these is our blocks. Yeah. Can't get close on me, and the smoke is a long shot. Yeah. You know how the team rock. You don't wanna be caught.
I like the use of the Pokemon references. I think they're decently integrated, but I don't often enjoy rap, and this one doesn't really crack that threshold for me. The themes are also surprisingly heavy at times for an official Pokemon thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is pretty jarring to follow up a light and happy song about how wonderful the world is with losing friends on the streets. The last few tracks are where I actually start to enjoy listening a little more. Game Girl by Luan.
T'as bien joué, j'ai le cœur en l'air. J'ai bien joué, j'aime pas être son adversaire. On a joué, comment te montrer qu'il n'y a que toi qui compte pour moi. Just let
And Art Show by Tiara Whack.
Can you take me to the art show? When I'm there, it makes my heart go. Yeah.
They are both really cute songs, nice to listen to, but they don't have much to do with Pokemon. Game Girl obviously references the Game Boy, which I guess is close enough. It's also en français, so I can give it points for that too. Mon français n'est pas bon. I can only understand very basic French, both written and spoken, but I don't think it has much Pokemon in its themes. As for Art Show, I cannot find anything in it that feels related to Pokemon without a major stretch. And that's also the case for Post Malone's cover of Only Wanna Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish.
You can call me your fool. I only wanna be with you.
It is good music, it is well performed, I enjoy listening to it. I love the inclusion of the Ecruteak City theme, finally some actual Pokemon music in the Pokemon music album, but thematically it has nothing to do with Pokemon. If you listen to the physical releases of the album, that's where it ends, which is why I implore you to listen to the digital version. That's the one on YouTube Music, and I imagine on Spotify and on Apple Music as well, so probably that'll be the version most of you listen to. But still, it includes 4 tracks that aren't on the CD or the vinyl. 3 of them are remixes of previous tracks done by Zoo. I did not enjoy them at all, I'm not even gonna bother covering them. But there's also a song called Reconnect by Yafo featuring Daichi Yamamoto and Amy, and it's by far the best one on the album.
HV's going down, down, down. Running through the fog in a city on fire. And I'm gonna get you on one day. And I'm gonna make a bid one day. Region to region, just show me a way. Riding a wave, you surf on it. Good night, sit back, take a break from the stressful life. What a night, do my oi, could care to 25.
It uses Pokemon music really well. It has Pokemon name drops, yes, but it also references things like HP, Body Slam, Rare Candy, Catch 'em All, and thematically it's about friendships. And it has a few lines in Japanese, which I really appreciate as well. I feel like Reconnect is the only song where the artists actually understood the assignment. At least what I was hoping the assignment would be. Not just make pop music that fits the Pokemon brand, but actually make Pokemon pop music. Reconnect is the only song on the whole album that I would actually choose to listen to. Now, like, not just let it play when it comes on shuffle, but actually put it on purpose. If I have one complaint about it, it's a complaint that applies to almost the entire album. it only references things from Generation 1. Throughout the entire album, the only reference to something that wasn't around in Generation 1 is the Ecruteak City theme in Only Wanna Be With You. And I guess hatching eggs in Wonderful, if you want to count that. I understand focusing on Generation 1, but this isn't a focus on Generation 1. It's a complete absence of anything past Generation 2. It makes me think that the artists involved, they probably were Pokemon fans as kids, but they are not Pokemon fans now. And I have to wonder, why not bring in at least some people who do still play Pokemon? Specifically, I'm thinking of Mike Shinoda of Linkin Park fame, who is not only a fantastically talented musician, but made Pokemon-inspired music live on Twitch.
We've got a mashup of the band Korn, classical piano sounds, and something in the style of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah, the mix is a little iffy. Maybe the mix is a lot iffy, but I mean the song is iffy.
Having heard Electric and Only Wanna Be With You and maybe one other song as they were being released, I knew I couldn't expect that much from this album. And yet I still find it profoundly disappointing on a number of different levels. Musically, it's boring. Most of the songs are just bland commercial pop. There's not much variation in style, nothing really exciting. I'm sure all of these artists are very talented, but not a lot of it shows through. Thematically, it's weak. All songs do have some theme that vaguely relates to Pokemon, whether it's travel and adventure or relationships or overcoming challenges, but there isn't enough there to really tie them together to give the album an identity. And what I think is most important in a Pokemon anniversary music album, the Pokemon is lacking. The music doesn't feel like Pokemon music the way like anime openings do, or even Acacia by Bump of Chicken from that Gotcha music video. Only a couple of tracks sample actual Pokemon game music, and the lyrical references to Pokemon are either missing, vague, or kind of forced. And the entire album ignores everything past Generation 2. Generation 1 is not all of Pokemon. Nostalgia is not all of Pokemon. To be fair, sometimes that does feel like that's what the Pokemon Company thinks, but if the album had a wider variety of genres, that would already be better. If the lyrics were all along the lines of Electric, talking about Pokemon themes, but without blunt, forced references, that would be better. If the music showed a better understanding of what Pokemon sounds like, whether that's sampling actual game music like in Reconnect or Only Wanna Be With You, or just capturing the feeling of Pokemon musically, that would be a lot better. If the album had even a single reference to anything to do with modern Pokemon whatsoever, that would make it better. I just feel like the Pokemon spirit is missing from this album. It could have been something really cool, but it mostly falls flat. At least to me it does. I will be listening to Reconnect pretty regularly, I think, but everything else, I hope that you liked it more than I did. Like I said at the top, I acknowledge that pop and hip-hop are not my genres of choice, but maybe if they're yours, you had a better time. Let me know what you thought of the album in the comments, and thank you for watching. Thank you also to all of the Libras who support me through Patreon or YouTube channel memberships, like luxury patron Ethan from Chicago. I'll see you all in the next chapter.